Backer Superheroes, their album is called Never Give Up, Never Surrender. They're a ska punk band from right here in central New Jersey who are becoming one of the most popular unsigned bands in the 50-mile radius. They formed in 2012 and have toured in several states as well as opened for many well-known ska bands like Less Than Jake, Big D and the Kids Table, and the Voodoo Glow Skulls. Their blend of pop punk and horns they've labeled as nerd wave ska. Thanks to shows like The Big Bang Theory and the outlawing of bullying, nerds are cool now. And in 2014, they released their self-titled debut album, followed by the EP Let's Get Dangerous in 2015. Among other things, this latest sophomore release shows that the group loved the 1999 film Galaxy Quest based on the title. Now, my theory has always been, a movie starring Tim Allen will be bad because Tim Allen is in it. But I understand that there's a kind of a cult following to the movie, so I'm not hating too much, I know.
I love Galaxy
I'm
Quest.
that person that hates Tim
Sigourney
Allen.
Weaver, Alan Rickman, Tony Shalhoub, Sam Rockwell, they all make up for the fact that Tim Allen stars. You can just ignore him.
I'll try next time.
Okay.
So, all right, let's face it. Starting a ska band in like the past decade can almost guarantee no chance of mainstream success. Yet, a band like Straight Night Manifesto and the Interrupters still play sold-out shows, so you never know. Two obvious things about Backer Superheroes are, one, if they came out 20 years earlier, they would have fit right in with hundreds of the other groups that were experiencing fame during 1987's ska explosion. And two, if you ever seen the energy and excitement they portray during their live sets, you know that they do this for the love of music, not because they want to be rock stars. Now, I love ska music, and I'm old enough to have the privilege of going to shows and witnessing more people skanking than holding cell phones. So there are quite a few subgenres of ska core, reggae, two-tone, etc. But it seems like with ska punk, bands approach it in two ways. Either they blend different styles in one song, or they play punk rock, often switching to clean guitar upstrokes and just like layer horns over it. And sadly, Backer Superheroes take the latter approach on the first album and even to a degree on this new one. So let's get into this right now, Caroline. After a brief intro track, the following song, Last Chance, shows that the singer-guitarist Josh Hershkovitz still maintains his bratty but poppy vocal delivery to match the upbeat sound of the rest of the band. But the saxophone, trumpets, trombones have the repetition, copy and paste routine that reminds me of bands like Mustard Pug and Bucko 9. What do you think?
Well, really the only point of reference I have for ska is Streetlight Manifesto. When I listened to one album of theirs over and over and over when I was 17 or something.
Are they on that level, you think?
And I don't want to compare them because obviously they're different bands and they have their own strengths and weaknesses. But I think what I enjoyed so much about Streetlight Manifesto, or at least that one particular album that I had ever listened to, was the energy behind it. And this band definitely matches that energy.
Yeah.
And that, just listening to a band, it's just exactly what you said just now, where it's if you listen to a band with that energy and you can just tell that they're having so much fun and they're making their art and they're doing what they want to do, then that
that makes up for everything.
It's energizing. Yeah. It's something I would listen to if I worked out, you know?
Mm-hmm. But like I said, these guys wear their throwback sound on their checkered sleeves, which is why I must confess, what you're saying, that the album is very fun, nostalgic ride, especially midway through is when it really picks up for me. The Booty Call inspired song Netflix and Chill features a former Garden State Line singer Tam Garcia on the chorus, who I must admit is a better singer vocally than Josh, but they sound great together. But the music has a bouncy circus feel to it. The brass section is really going off. So now at some point the horn section is really not just standard looping thing. They're really showcasing their skills. All of them. Greg, the bass player, his bass lines on are very prominent on this album. The punkier tracks The Weekend and the song Running on Empty towards the end I really liked. guest vocals are on this album crazy. I want to ask you, like, what did you think of the song "What If" featuring MC Lars, a nerdcore rapper from around these parts? I would say the song asks the question, "What if you had superhero powers?"
Oh yeah, I thought that song was really fun. I thought it was I felt like it was doing everything that I wish modern superhero movies were doing, where it was like, you know, like, yeah, having superpowers is great in theory, but like, you wouldn't, what would you do with them? Would you like teleport to the fridge just to get food and then teleport back to the couch or whatever? Right. And I didn't know that was like a different singer. Was it? Or was he just featured?
Yeah, he's featured.
Okay.
MC Large is like a really popular nerdcore artist.
I don't know.
So the fact that they got him being unsigned and all is pretty impressive.
That's awesome. Good for them.
You could tell that Large phoned in his verse, but I'm using that in a more literal sense because he really brings like his flow and like his comic book references were perfect for that song.
Yeah.
Speaking of vocals, this album is quite a few moments where Josh shares singing duties with like the newest member of the band, Becky, who likes to be called Bex, who plays saxophone. Like a lot of girl vocals on this album.
I liked that.
You did.
I did.
Okay. Now, she may not be like the best female vocalist, and she may like sound monotone at times. But seriously, I'm just saying, I think that it works with the tone and the lightheartedness of like the song. She's adorable, or adorkable, as they say. Like I thought, like you know, she doesn't sound like an amazing singer, but it's just she's really good.
Yeah, and
with what the band's doing.
I agree. Like, because first of all, I just liked that there was like a female singer, because I feel like most bands that I've listened to are either like all men or all women, and there's like I haven't noticed a lot of like, you know, blending of the two, which I feel like that's like can make a band really strong. Yeah. So like even though her voice wasn't perfect, but like if they're like, you know, a local band that's only been around for a few years and they're unsigned, like what are you expecting?
Right. Yeah.
But her voice was good enough that I really enjoyed it. I liked the way it, like I liked in, I think it was in Netflix and Chill when she was like, when they were having like almost like a conversation.
Yeah, the argument thing. Yeah,
I thought that was
said,
really.
"Oh, call me back."
Yeah, blah, blah. Yeah. There's like just delete this message. Yeah. I thought that was really fun, and I thought that worked really well. So I liked her, Bex. Yeah. Bex like you, Bex.
Yeah. Songs like "She's Gotta Go" like really shows how much the Ramones were geniuses with like the "Hey Ho" in the chorus. It's like if you just put that in the chorus, people will be singing that all the time. One of my favorite songs of the album is called "Seeing This Through," which is early in the album. It's a solid track with like catchy woes in there. Love my woes in the hook. Yeah, this album was a lot of fun. Like, you know, they really achieved what they set out to do with the album. The songs are both catchy and fun, and they will put you in a great mood. I also like to mention that the production on this one is way better than the first album, which sounded like an actual. It sounded like a demo as opposed to this album sounded like an actual studio album. And I'm gonna say like it was cool that they ended the record with like an instrumental, because it lets like all the members like really showcase their talents, like their like saxophone solos and trumpet solos and bass lines. I thought it was great. And at the rate of like, I think that this band could one day have a masterpiece on their hands. So my rating is, if you still have like a Skeng and Pickle t-shirt, Genco jeans, and a portable CD player, this album is definitely for you. But otherwise, if you don't have all that stuff, it's a lot of fun. This album's great, so I think you should definitely buy it. I'm gonna give it a buy. It's good. What do you think?
I think you should buy this because it's a fun album, and they're a local independent artist. And if you want to support local and independent artists who need more money, more than like 21 Pilots does, definitely spend money on it. It's fun. You'll listen to it a few times. You'll enjoy it. I think it's worth it's worth
the price of admission. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely pick this album up, and we want to know what you think out there. New band, support the local scenes. Backer Superheroes, what do you think? Let us know in the comment section if you liked it or hated it, and tell us what your rating would be as well.